Greetings, fellow YouTubers. Irv Lindsay here. It is, what is it? Early August, mid-August, something like that. And I haven't had a lot of time for my garden. So in today's video, I'm just going to show you what's going on with my garden, August 2018, and just do a run-through of the garden. The biggest development of late has been this plant here. I'm pretty sure is been hit by vine borers. It's still green, so we'll see if it recovers. I'm not very good at finding vine borers and digging them out. But the really big development is I had a deer. Yes, that's right. I live in Cincinnati. I live on the west side. And evidently, we have deer because it was out here eating my tomatoes. I lost a few tomatoes, and these are Bradleys. They're doing pretty good. So these tomatoes are getting pretty big. I already pulled one or two off. This one here fits nicely in the palm of my hand, so that's probably a 10-ounce tomato. The rest of these are kind of small. They'll get bigger. Bradleys they have a different flavor than the early girls and the rest of the tomatoes. I did pull a ripe tomato off of this Bradley here, and you can see this tomato here with the next one. This is one of my volunteer plants. I did not plant that. It came up on its own, as well did these two right here. And they're just going wild. This has no fertilizer. Nothing. These over here all got fertilized, but this one, just growing natural. I have some cherry tomatoes here, some little tiny, I call them grape tomatoes. They're just absolutely going nuts. And my calendulas are starting to die back. I've been attacked by bugs. Better the calendulas than the tomatoes, I always say. Now, I've never showed this poor pathetic little plant. It's been attacked by something, and I haven't had time to deal with it. But it hadn't died. It's still alive, and it's forming a little cabbage bundle in the middle. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping all the worms will convert into bigger bugs and go away. That's my plan. That is a small tree trying to grow on the other side. I need to go clip it. This white Kennebec potatoes. Sorry. And right next to them are three. This is one, though. I have one. This is Wheatley Tomatoes. And you can see this is kind of what they look like. And those, I picked a couple off of that already. And I got this one here. Then I have another bunch over here. And some of these are ready to be picked as well. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? If I can get it to focus. Yeah, it's nice. And they're very strong. They have a very good flavor to them. Has a very strong scent to it as well. When I'm working on these particular tomatoes, I always walk away with a very strong tomato scent on me. It's a different smell than the other tomatoes I've worked with. And this plant is supposed to be frost resistant. Unless it gets frozen, it's supposed to be able to withstand a light frost. We will see. Here is some more cherry tomatoes. They are growing in a bucket there, and they're just kind of going on over here. And I put that bucket there as a support to keep them off the ground. It looks like that was blurry. Don't know how long it was blurry. I'm so sorry. This is the last of my red Norland potatoes. It was an experiment to see if I could grow potatoes in 5-gallon buckets. I was able to do it successfully outside. I was going to do a video about potato harvest from this, and somehow I just didn't finish the video. If you're wondering, I put 2 seed potatoes in there, and I got about between 2 and 3 pounds of potato out of it. I'm thinking next year if I do this, I'm just going to put 1 seed potato in each bucket, and we'll see if I get the same result. So I do have some banana peppers. I planted more banana peppers than I really needed. This one has a couple of really big fat ones that are about ready to pick. And then here's more banana peppers here. And then I have more peppers here as well. Now these are growing in red solo cups, and I never did anything with them. What happens is I cut holes in the bottom when I put the dirt in there and put the seeds in, or put the seedlings in. And what happens is the roots go out there and go into the soil, and then they just start growing normally. Not the optimal way to grow a plant, but it happened, and so I figured I'd just let it go and run the experiment to see how big they got. This bell pepper plant is, I'm filming with my phone, and I have a door that's on my phone swinging out. I'm sorry. This bell pepper plant's finally putting out some bell peppers, and this one looks like it's been chewed or something. It's kind of malformed a little bit. But anyway, that is my basic garden. Mostly tomatoes, but some peppers. Oh, let me show you my beans. Now these bean plants are old, and I got to get my son out here this weekend. We pick beans every weekend. Come on, focus. There you go. All right, so I've got, look at these, look at the beans. This cluster of beans, there's probably close to more than half a dozen beans, that little cluster there. All right, so these are white beans. Those are the red beans. Those have pink buds. These have white buds. One is a Blue Lake and one is a Provider, and I don't know which is which. The ones with the little pink buds, these are the ones that have really come forth quick. This one's just about done. This one here got going a little later. This is the white beans with the white buds. I no longer see any buds on it. But it does still have a few beans growing. What I'll do is when it stops putting forth buds, I have about 7 seeds in a circle in the bottom half of a 55-gallon drum. And this drum is only about half, maybe a third to half full. There's not a lot of dirt in it. And the beans don't care. They got plenty of fertilizer, plenty of water. And I have gotten so many beans out of this. Now what I'll do is I'll cut these down to the lowest node after I'm done with the last batch of beans, and they will grow back, and I'll get a second harvest of beans off the same plants. All right, this is my mystery plant. This was supposed to be cherry tomatoes, and it's not. It's something else altogether. And this should, oh hey, we got one. Look right down there. You guys see it? Let's go to the other side and see what it is. I think this is going to be one of those black tomato plants, but I guess it could just be a Bradley. Yeah, it does have, look guys, I don't know. Time will tell if this will be black or if it'll be a Bradley. I don't know. But anyway, one last thing I'll tell you guys. I overwintered these tomato plants. These are early girls, and what I did was I took clippings like this right here. You guys can cut forth the top of the plant, and you can stick it in a pot and let it grow in a pot indoors under a grow light until it's about a foot tall, and then top it. Just clip the top off. It'll start growing side shoots. You clip each of those side shoots, put them in pots, let them grow till they're tall enough, and then you top those and repeat, and you'll have yourself, by the time spring comes, you'll have tons of free tomato plants. See, because these are early girls, and the plant they came from was very hardy and very disease resistant version, but I can't get seed out of it because it's an F1 hybrid. So this is the way I propagated it. Alright guys, that's Irv's garden for August. I do this mostly as a video for myself for next year. So if I have a question about my garden, or if I want to go back and look what I did, for instance, this one, I don't know if you can see it because I've got the camera reversed and I can't see the screen, but it has a tarp under it. That's one of my Wheatley tomatoes there in the background. And it is overgrowing. It is growing like crazy. and I'll put a tarp under it to keep the grass from choking it out, because I've had that problem before. Just little things like that make a big difference. I appreciate you watching. There's like 5 or 6 of you out there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your week. Do some gardening. And hey, I'll see you in the next video.